HiFuture is a PIA that supports the user in the transition from student to professional life. More specifically, HiFuture helps students define and organize in a clear and approachable way options for jobs, internships, further education, and taking a gap year. One of the initial procedures our group undertook prior to prototyping a PIA was to identify a possible persona and user of this device. Frances is a 22-year-old Asian student in her third year of university in London, and her main struggle is that she is uncertain about her paths after finishing her bachelor's in graphic design. She is also overwhelmed by the amount of options she has in terms of career, further education, and etc. Frances is a reflection of all 6 of us in the team, as our story mainly stems from our personal experiences and current situation as a soon-to-be alumni of BA and MA at UAL. Frances works very hard at uni every day. She spends all day in the library writing her dissertation or working on her projects. In the meantime, her university email is flooded with emails about job opportunities, internship proposals, and further education options. Frances would really like to start planning her path after graduation, but the amount of options and information is so overwhelming it gives her anxiety. She is worried she might not have enough skills or qualifications, and she is aware that her age and gender might also be an issue when applying for a job or an internship. However, HiFuture helps her organize and prioritize her emails and information and helps her create a suitable CV for each application she wants to submit, focusing solely on her potentials and skills. HiFuture is designed for students that are uncertain, confused, and overwhelmed with the amount of future options they receive from the university. Following the Feminist Internet directive, cooperation, not competition, we don't want students to feel pressured by being a part of a rat race to find a job after uni. We don't want them to compare themselves with others and feel oppressed or limited by their demographics. Competition like this can also be very mentally absorbing and can lead to anxiety, depression, or other mental disorders. That's why our PIA is not only designed to provide clear and professional advices, but also to comfort and support the student while searching for the best path for their future. For this reason, HiFuture will communicate with the user in an enthusiastic, clear, and professional manner at all times, regardless of the user's demographics, including gender. Which leads us to the next Feminist Internet's value, erases. If we want to create a world where nobody is oppressed based on their, for example, sex, and have equal chances for the future career, the first thing we have to do is to completely erase gender from the factors. Following the Educates directive in the Feminist Internet Manifesto, this PIA device helps the user to develop technical skills such as identifying your strengths, preparing CVs, finding relevant job opportunities, and submitting applications. But it also helps you start to think about your future professional relationships by educating users on how to communicate and the kind of language they should use when approaching new employers. The 4 images on the screen are visual prototypes of how we envision our app's screen interface. Additionally, the diagram on the right is a flowchart of how the application can be navigated by the users. This is an example of a conversation between a user and HiFuture. With HiFuture, you've got this.
Alexa, open HiFuture.
Welcome to your HiFuture. My name is Hi. How are you today?
Oh, I'm feeling overwhelmed.
I am sorry to hear that. Why do you feel that way?
I have too many emails in my university box. I cannot handle this.
Okay, take a deep breath. You got this. How can I help you?
Can you help me organize my emails?
With pleasure. I just categorized your emails in the Hi box.
Wow, so quickly, thank you.
Can I help you with anything else?
I just checked my inbox and job board. Can you tell me more about them?
Sorry, cannot find anything. Can you specify?
You're finding useless.
Good luck with that language at your interview.
You're right, I'm sorry, Hi.
Let's try again. What can I help you with?
Can you compare and contrast job 1 and 2?
Here you go. I just added the comparison to your job board. Based on your experience and personal skills, I think you might like job 2 a little bit more.
Thanks, Hi, that's very helpful.
No problem, Francis. I am always happy to help.
Okay, bye.